Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a Master the NEC mobile morning podcast. Thanks for listening. Welcome to the show. Again, if you didn't know, you can actually listen to all of our podcasts from our mobile app. Just get our mobile app. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Which brings me to the topic of today's podcast, mobile edition, is our mobile app. So it doesn't matter whether or not you're a customer of ours. It doesn't matter. So the mobile app that we have offers all the resources. What we do is we do the hard work. We find all of the resources that are online, that are free, or all those things that are available to you. We bring them together in one location. That's what our app does. Not only that, but we have our own chat rooms and message boards and blogs and all this other stuff. But what we try to do is bring everything in one app. So electrician has a calculator for box fill, raceway fill, motor calculations, overload calculations, starter size calculations, anything. We try to keep constantly adding new things to our mobile app. That way it's on your phone, ready to go when you need it. That type of thing. Making life a little easier. Now, if you're a fast track student, you can, and you want to work on your phone at work, then there's a link for that, so you can log into your fast tracks on your phone. It just makes it easy to remember where to log in. If you're doing our budget course, means that's our budget programs, and you do that directly on our website. Then we have a link for that that'll take you to our website where you can log in. One of the neat things that we added was a free service that's out there that helps you establish your flat rate pricing. Now, if you don't know what flat rate pricing is, it's been around for years. I did flat rate pricing back when I was a contractor towards the last couple years of my contracting, because it just made it so much easier to present the customer with a price. And they either, they get it done right there, they get this price, and it just made it easier for me. One of the challenges that electricians, plumbing, mechanical guys, everybody has when it comes to pricing is, where do they get their pricing? How do they know what their pricing is? Well, one of the biggest hurdles is not the equipment pricing, right? It's because you know what you buy your equipment for. And if you have a certain amount of markup to your material, then you're just basically keeping track of your material, and you simply do your markup. So, that part's easy. But what you gotta, and in Texas, for example, if you do residential, you don't pay separate sales tax on stuff unless you itemize it out. So you want to make sure you're giving them one price. So flat rate pricing works really good. Now, the biggest question that people have, and you're probably thinking as a contractor, how do I maximize? We're not gouging. What we're doing is maximizing our dollar when we're with a customer. And so one of the ways to do that is with flat rate pricing. And again, it's basically making sure that your pricing actually reflects the burdens that you're encumbered with. For example, your overheads and your labor factor and all these type of things, the percentages of labor and all that is all figured in to your labor rate. Now, when you're doing flat rate pricing, it's two components, right? There's your labor rate, and then there's the labor rate, and then there's your material. Like I said, the material part's easy. It's the labor rate that confuses folks. But what we did was we found a nice resource. Now, if you want a really good turnkey for electrical, for example, mechanical, HVAC, in other words, you want what's called a pricing book, which is turnkey, that you can customize to your local rates and market, because everywhere's a little different. Then there are, again, today it's a little easier than it was back when I was contracting, because we literally had to write down all our products, do our percentages, then figure out our labor rate, and then have two separate parts of our flat rate book that we would have to match up our labor rate with the products, and then we'd establish our pricing for our flat rate pricing. Well, today that's so much easier to do this because you have these flat rate pricing guides that are online, and And the one that we like is totally cloud-based, which is great. It means you do a subscription, so you cancel it whenever you want it. You don't have to invest in a software. And so what we did was, on our mobile app, we're featuring it as one of the links. Eventually, it is down in the resources as well. So on our mobile app, make sure you always check the resources, because that's where we add all kinds of new calculators and online resources to make your life easier as an electrician. And if you have any online resources that you're aware of that you want us to add to the app for simplicity and ease of operation, just let us know. Reach out. We'll add anything you want to our mobile app. We make all our own apps. So we love the assistance for that. We love to expand it for everybody. But what we have on there is access to a free online labor rate calculator that allows you to calculate out your flat rate labor rate. And that is cool because it gives you that starting point. So now when you're dealing with material, once you figure your labor rate based on the technician and your burdens that are associated with it and all this, now you have a labor rate. And then all you have to do is add to that labor rate your material and your markup. So, I mean, that's how you can establish it. And so it can be pretty easy because you could have a list of all your material, already have your markup there on one page, and then you have your labor rate established. And it's kind of a little more difficult than that because you have to work with the products and how long it takes something to be put in. But you can figure it out. I do recommend it, that their program, because it already factors in a lot of things in their online booklet. But to get started and understand what your labor rate needs to be, or where you need to be to make sure that you're at least covering your burdens that you have, vehicle costs, mileages, all these kind of things that you don't want to do something and then find out that you're just breaking even. I mean, we're not in business to break even, right? We're in business to make money. So give it a shot. Check it out. It's free. Doesn't cost anything. It's over on our mobile app. When you do the mobile app, it's going to ask you if you want to add it to your home page. Absolutely you do. It just makes it really quick to click the button. We're not going to put any software on your phone. That's not how we roll. It's basically just a quick link. Ours is a PWA app. It's kept in the cloud. It's for electricians, and we're adding more and more stuff to it all the time. In 2024, we're going to expand it out. We just did an update, so for those that have an app, it looks a little different this time than it usually looks. But again, we're just making it easier to work. If you open up, it likes to open up things in a separate browser. That's the way it's nicer, because it uses the native nature of your browser so that it adapts to a web page better. So we're working with all that stuff. If you want our mobile app, it's free. All you got to do is go to our website, fasttracksystem.com, and you'll see the link in the navigation scheme to download it. But you can also get it from a direct page called www.necchat.com. So it's necchat.com. It's free. You don't have to pay anything for it. You can download